Hey Yogi, and welcome to the mat. Today I aim to untie our inner knots. As many of you know, the yoga system has something called nadis, which are channels or meridians of energy throughout the body and even beyond the physical form. And granthis are like blockages, little knots, or they call them doubts. So it's just places where energy isn't moving, either physically and truly, or sort of energetically and metaphorically in one's life. So we're going to start with the physical body, aiming to move stagnation from some of the most common places, such as the thoracic region, the hips, the shoulders, the knees, and the wrists. All right, let's get started. You can find a seated position. Come into yourself. Stack the spine as you breathe up and down its length. Let us establish a meditative breath as we get going here. So find the sound of your breath. Let it generate an internal heat for you, and let it slow time a little bit. Continue this breath as you take an ear to a shoulder, breathing to the neck. Up and to the other side. Back to center. So open your mouth really wide. Try to feel like the limit of your jaw. The jaw's end range of motion. So open it super wide. And then open it even wider like you're going to smile. And then close it. And let's just do that a few times. And a few more saying wow. So it's almost like you make a circle and a pucker and then open up super wide, super vertical, and close it off again. Go ahead. Okay, and that's good. Let's lift the head up, gaze to the sky. Try gazing behind, and then chin to chest, pausing. Again, lift the head, gaze up skyward. Keep the spine neutral, gaze behind. Chin to chest, you're gonna linger with it. You could even rock your head a little side to side. Back at neutral one more time. Looking up, belly strong, spine neutral, gaze back. And then through neutral, chin all the way down. Pause there, you can rock the head. And come on up to neutral. Let's switch the crossing of our legs. Draw your arms out wide, all the way overhead. Take hold of your elbows. Lift the elbows up, and then draw the elbows back. Exhale, round the front body a little bit. Hug the ribs in. Try to keep them hugged in as you do that again with the arms. The arms lift up, and then back. Let the head come into neutral. You're gonna focus on exhaling, the ribs come in. Inhaling, elbows up and back. couple more rounds. Last one. Keep these arms and rock side to side. Get strong in your abdomen. Make some circles with upper body. Both directions. And then tip over for a side body opening. Through center to the other side. And then come on up. Let's unhook the legs, circle the feet around, climbing onto all fours. Point the fingers out wide, spread them really wide as you rock side to side. Point the fingers back as much as possible. Tucking toes, rock yourself forward and back. Point the fingers forward. Push the ground hard until the shoulder blades come apart. And then let the heart come down. We'll get moving into big moves, I promise. We're just warming up. Come back down. Do that a few more times. Push hard. Heart softens down. 2 more times. And then at neutral, we'll sweep the right arm up to the sky and thread it underneath. Plant the shoulder, join the palms, cheek rests, send the left hip back. Breathe. Plant your hands, come into cow position. Inhale. Exhale, push the ground to empty. Back at neutral, sweep the left arm up. Thread it through. Plant the shoulder, join the palms, rest the cheek, right hip shifts back. Let's breathe. Plant your hands, move back into cow, opening the heart. Exhaling for cat. Back at neutral, tuck your toes, take yourself into downward facing dog. Shifting each heel down one at a time. Draw the tail underneath you, wave forward to plank pose, inhale. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Use the fingers. Again, scoop the tail under your body, wave forward plank, take the shoulders a little bit forward. Back to downward facing dog. Do that 2 more times. Feeling everything you can. Back at downward dog. Sweep your right leg out behind, just for the stretch of it. Set that foot down, sweep the left leg up behind. And set that foot down. Wave forward again. Come all the way onto your belly. Sphinx. Draw the elbows underneath the shoulders. Try to isolate behind the heart. Gazing upward. Lower down, press into palms, and come back to downward facing. Sweep the right leg high. This time,
Open the hip, bend the knee, make a couple circles. Plant the foot, sweep the left leg high. Open up, bend the knee, make circles. Plant the foot, tuck the tail under your body, wave forward plank pose. Fill up. Exhale, come all the way onto the ground. Lift into low cobra. You can even lift the hands. A few breaths, toes down. Plant your hands back to downward facing dog. Let's keep building. Sweep the right leg high. Open the hip, bend the knee. Look over the left shoulder. Draw right knee to right tricep. Plant this foot. Take a few rocks. Plant your hands, step back to downward facing. Sweep the left leg high. Open up, bend the knee, look over the right shoulder. Knee to left tricep. Plant the foot, rock with it. Plant your hands, step to downward facing dog. Wave forward plank pose. Lower all the way to the ground. Lift up for a nice high cobra this time. Squeeze the seat. Few breaths to open up. Down, come back to downward facing dog. Still building it. Sweep your right leg up and open. Bend the knee, look over left shoulder. Tap right tricep. Foot plants, rock a couple times. Now the left hand stays. Sweep your right arm all the way up. Big breathing. Find an inhale. Exhale, big arms all the way to peaceful warrior. Back heel down, reaching up and back. Draw right hand behind your head, lean back a little bit. So can you find a side bend and a back bend? Full breaths. Straighten the right leg. Spread your wings. Make your way to Trikonasana. Left arm crosses the ear. Look down, circle down, step to downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg high. Open it up, bend the knee. Look over your right shoulder. Knee taps left tricep. Plant your foot. Reach the legs away, rock a couple times. Keep the right hand here, sweep the left arm to the sky. Open across the chest, strong in the legs. Okay, big arms take you right into peaceful warrior. Back heel comes down. Take the top hand behind your head, lean back with it, side body and heart opener. Straighten your left leg. Spread the wings wide. Touching down. Open-hearted Trikonasana. Gaze up. Lengthen your breath. Right arm across your temple. Look down, roll down, step to downward facing dog. Draw tail under body, wave forward plank. Lower all the way to the ground. Slide the fingers back. Go for kind of an exaggerated cobra if you're up for it. And come all the way down. Move back to downward facing dog. Still building. Sweep the right leg open. Bend your knee. Look over left shoulder. Tap your right tricep. Plant your foot. Rock. Left hand stays. Reach your right arm to the sky. Move into peaceful warrior. Little back bend if you want it. Straighten the right leg, create Trikonasana. This time reaching all the way up, join the palms, parallel through feet. Take a swan dive down. As the hands land, we'll open the toes out and bend into each knee. Explore. Come on back through center. Give yourself a deep fold. Come on up to flat, and let's turn this into Shirshasana A. So interlacing fingers, elbows down under the shoulders. Take yourself to your headstand, and I'll invite you to do Baddha Konasana legs if you'd like to. You can always move to the wall. Even Upavishta, wide open legs if you like. Can you stay active there? 3 more breaths. A slow lowering. Flat. Pivot over to this inside right foot, setting the back knee down. You're going to wiggle your foot to the left and your knee to the right. Feel free to stay here with it or to push this knee away from your heart and your heart away from the knee. Come on back to the inside of the foot. Let's give ourselves lizard today. You can come onto blocks or the floor. One option for a little more intensity is to keep your left toes untucked but still lift that knee off of the ground. Sounding breaths, about 6 of them. Right knee hugging into your body. Set the back knee down, plant your hands. Let's extend the right leg, flex that foot, and find a fold. Climb back up to hands, step into downward facing dog. Draw tail under body as you wave forward plank. Exhale, option for chaturanga if you'd like it. Into an up dog. Exhaling, downward facing. Sweep the left leg up. Open that hip, bend the knee, look over the right shoulder. Tap left tricep, plant the foot, rock with it. Right hand stays, left arm swivels up, so does the heart. Big motion to peaceful warrior. Little back bend if you choose. Straighten your left leg. Wide energy lines to triangle. Long spine. Reaching all the way up. Parallel through the feet, point the toes out right away. Bend your knees into goddess stance. You take your hands onto your thighs. Let's shift around a little bit. Send this right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. And then switch. Nice twist, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Go deeper, get into the other side again. And switch. And then back at center. Straighten through the legs, parallel feet, open your arms, interlace the fingers and fold. Use front body muscle to fold in deeply. Are your knees straight? Come on up to flat. Point your toes out. Rocking to the right side. Let's go deep this time. Come all the way down. Left toes lift. Prayer hands, open arms, or even a bind. And let's open the arms again. A little mobility work. You're going to sit down. Draw this right knee to the left knee. And then open it back up, come back into that squat so the sits bones lift. Might be on your right heel, it's okay if you're not. And do the same motion again. Sit down, knee down, Back to the Skandasana. Last time. Sit down, knee down. Skandasana. And other side. Enjoy the squat first. Right toes lift, hands to heart, or open, or bind. Let's open the arms, sit down, draw the left knee toward the right knee, open it back up, return to Skandasana, and do it again. One more time. Plant your hands, straighten the legs, parallel feet. Let's go for inversion number 2. I'll invite you into Shirshasana B, like a tripod headstand, and then we'll do crow to exit. So let's climb up first. You can stay here or open legs or even practice lotus legs, half or full. I might as well tell you, if you are in lotus, you have the option, of course, to descend your lotus onto your arms and try that lift instead of the crow. So wherever you are, try to keep hips high as you lower the legs. Get your knees up as high as you can onto your triceps. Squeeze in, lift the seat and lift the face. Want, settle the head back down, come all the way back up, extend the legs, and lower it into wide legs. Flatten the back. Pivot to the inside of this left foot. Set the knee down. You'll wiggle the foot a little bit to the right, knee opens to the left. Be on the edge of the foot. This could be enough, or open it up. Push the knee, lean the heart. Give yourself room. Draw the knee back in again, foot plants, hands to the inside. Let's take our lizard. You could set it down on blocks or the floor. This is really a nice stretch if you like the intensity and the work on the back leg. Keep the foot untucked and lift the knee. 6 breaths. Let them be warm breaths. Squeezing left knee, everything to center line. Set your back knee down, climb up. Let's extend this left leg, flex the foot, and find your fold for the last pose of this particular sequence, this pass, I should say, through the sequence. Let there be ease in this one. plant hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Wave forward. Lower in your favorite way. Heart opening of your choice. Back through to downward facing dog. Not gonna let it go yet. Let's continue this sequence, but we'll add to it. Okay, so sweep your right leg high. Open your hip, bend your knee. Look over the left shoulder. Only this time you get to watch your foot as it moves to the ground. Find wild thing. You can pause anywhere along the way. Okay, slowly flipping it over. Right knee taps right tricep. This time though, kick back behind. I want to invite you into Kundalini if you'd like to take it there. Left foot lands, sweep the right leg back out. Plant your foot to the outside of right hand. Rock. Right arm reaches all the way up. And find peaceful. Straighten your right leg, Trikonasana. Left arm reaches across. This time roll down, walk to the left, parallel the feet. You're gonna take your knees down. Feet right behind the knees, so shin bones are parallel theoretically. We'll slide the knees out. You can always use a blanket. And giving ourselves a minute to find the depth of this one. Plant your hands, inch your way out. Okay. From the standing position, squeeze your feet as though you're going to close your legs, but you don't. You squeeze for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get upside down one more time, at least. So we'll plant the elbows. I want to invite you into forearm stand practice. Could be at the wall, of course. Doesn't have to be. Let's get up there. Practice what you were working on. I'm only hanging out for about 8 breaths. When you're ready, return. Pivot to the inside of your right foot. Set your back knee down. Push the knee away, lean away. If you'd like to add to it, bend the back knee, pull that foot in. Heart spinning to the right. Release it. Plant your hands. So you could come back to lizard, but in practice anyway, then the natural extension of lizard is your splits practice. And they call it dragon, and it can live really anywhere. So it can be in a really deep lunge. This is perfect. Where you end up wiggling that lunge out. So take what feels right. You're here for my 10 breath count. Feeling very open, you could climb up to elbow, pull the back heel in. Release. Let's plant hands. Last shape of our sequence will be a side plank B. We'll get there by rolling onto the left hand. Okay. Tucking the back toes. Grab hold of yogi toe. You can pause halfway or open it up as far as you can, gazing high if possible. Roll through to plank, move into downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg up. Open your hip, bend your knee, look over the right shoulder. If you watch your foot as it lands on the ground, you don't even have to go all the way. You could float this for the stretch of it. But if you're so inspired, it's Wild Thing. Roll it slowly over, sweeping the left leg up again, tapping left tricep. Do that again, sweep behind you. This time if you want Kundinyasana, go ahead and take it the flying split, or you could keep the front knee bent. Back foot down, sweep out behind. Place the foot outside the hand. Take a single rock. Right hand stays, left arm swivels open. Turn it right into Peaceful Warrior. Into triangle. Right arm over the ear. Look down, roll down, walk on over to the right. A yogi toe hold. You might even wiggle the feet in closer now. Take your fold. Stay active. Come on up to flat. Okay, let's do one more inversion in our practice today. I'll invite you into handstand. You can do any version that you would like. I'll offer this drill that I find fun, which is to kick up to the wall, tap one foot on the wall, and then flutter the other one. So you're having like a second of hang time in between, and that will increase as you gain more and more control. But practice any way you'd like. Coming down. This time, starting in a squat, you'll actually sit all the way down, open the legs wide, and allow us to spin the pelvic bowl forward or tilt it forward so sits bones come out. If that feels fruitful to you, if it doesn't, stay rooted on your sits bones, anchor the legs. You're looking for the stretch that you could use. If you're very open with wide legs, take blocks under your heels. We're going to spend a little time, a minute or so, folding forward. Climb yourself up. Let's fold once to each side. And then back. If you've got blocks nearby, let's not miss this opportunity for just a little bit of core work and shoulder stability work. Blocks right next to your hips. Plant your feet right on the ground. You're going to push your seat up, draw the shoulders down, the shoulder blades down too, and then pull the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together. Okay, and then exaggerate it in pulses just 8 times. So push hard, squeeze. 9. I don't know why I said 9. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Okay. Now, core work. It's going to be Lolasanas and then a switch out. And the cool thing about the switching out is that you're flirting with L-sits in between. All right, plant your hands, lift the seat, cross the shins, and switch. Switch. 3, 4, 5 to 8, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze in, lift up. 3, 2, and 1. Re-extend, set it down, and we come back to our wide-legged stance. Pivot to the inside, set your back knee down. You can push the knee away. you'd like to add on, bend that back knee, pull in. And release. Let's get our elbows down inside again. So you could be working on lizard, or you can move it toward dragon. Really deep lunge. If it gets deep enough, it becomes split. Let's hang out. 10 breaths at a place that feels fruitful. A place that will get your energy unstuck. If you're feeling very open, you'd like to bend that back knee again, certainly go ahead. And release. Let's plant the hands. Hey guys, I'm recording after my Shavasana because I almost forgot this pose and I couldn't leave you hanging. So we are going to end the sequence with a side plank. Side plank B if you want it. So shifting weight into your right hand. Grab yogi toe hold. Outer edge of back foot. You can peel it halfway open or all the way open, gazing up if possible. Let's breathe. Roll it back down and back to the flow. And step in to downward facing dog. Wave forward plank, lower all the way onto your abdomen. Come back into Sphinx, but we'll turn this promptly into Bakasana with one side alternating, or you have the option of do both sides at once. It can help to place blocks underneath the belly. Mine's right about underneath the belly button. Because like in a Mysore room, you'd have a partner or the teacher, the guide helping you get into this. Basically, take your hands from the inside. Try to use your upper back muscles to pull. No sweat if it's not happening, guys. You can always do one side at a time. A release and recovery, whatever that's got to look like. Could be child's pose, could be belly down, rocking the feet. Let's do one more, prone back bend. This one will be a bow. I'm grabbing from the toe side a little externally just to open the arms wide, get a stretch across the front ribs and front shoulders, a little different than usual. And once again, release, take what you need. And you climb up to knees. From heels, let's do Kapalbhati to generate a real heat at the sacral area, and then we'll turn that into Ustrasana as a counter shape, our camel. Doing a round of 70. Take an inhale. Recover. Camel. A real lift through the heart. You might be able to set your seat down first, and then add everything else. Dive it forward onto your belly, flip it over, and we'll catch a final back bend with wheel. Rest and recover. Knees could flap left and right. Draw the right knee into your heart. Extend your left leg. Draw the knee across your body for twist. Back through. Left knee comes in. Extend your right leg long. And then cross it all the way over. Long body. And come on back to center. Plant your feet, rock your knees. And finally spreading out. Take up room like an X today. Spread out. Let the joints breathe. Let's lengthen even the spine today, so you could grip yourself from the base of the skull. Wiggle the spine a little longer. And then rest and soak it in. Come back to breath and movement. And climb up for seat. So glad you are here, yogi.
Do stay in touch. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.